be a good idea for us to pay up for Korea? What to wear in winter in Korea? The amount to bring to Korea? Is pre-winter wear ideal in Korea? Where to buy Korean winter wear? Is it accurate to say that you are also trying to choose what to welcome on your Korean holiday? Keep watching the Korean praising run this season all season. Things to pack for a trip to Korea. Recorded underneath is altogether what to plan for an excursion to Korea, paying little heed to the season. First, travel essentials. Passport. Make sure your passport has at least 6 months validity and one empty page left. Visa. Most nationalities can enter South Korea without having to get a tourist visa in advance, but it's best to double check in advance. Flight tickets. When coming to Korea, you need to have a return or leaving flight, otherwise you won't be accepted onto the flight. It is also useful to have a paper copy to show to the airport staff. If you are still looking for flights to Korea, Skyscanner is a good place to start your research. Travel insurance is vital for Korea and indeed anywhere in the world. Korean healthcare is excellent but can get expensive. You also want to insure your luggage and flights in case there are damage or delays. Credit cards and debit cards. Visa and MasterCard are accepted everywhere in Korea. Make sure to check with your bank if your card can be used abroad. Check how much money to bring to Korea for 7 days here. Korea Rail Pass. If you are intending to travel around the country by train, having a rail pass is very useful and will save you some money. You need to order it online at least 3 days before your first train ride. Traveling in Seoul. When traveling around Seoul, you need a T-Money transport card for using public transport. Electronics. Wi-Fi and SIM card access. It is easy to rent a portable Wi-Fi device upon arrival at the airport. Even though there is free Wi-Fi in most shops and restaurants, it is convenient to just have your own. Cell phones. If you are planning on making phone calls or texting, make sure your phone is unlocked, but beware, using your phone abroad can cost a lot. Don't forget the charger and charger cable. Electric converters and adapters. Korea use the European style plug. Make sure to bring the right travel adapter to charge all your devices. Check the Korea travel converters guide here. Camera. Don't forget your camera, SD cards and batteries. Korea is very photogenic, so if you're planning on taking pictures with your phone only, consider on of these clips-on lenses. And the last one is power bank. If you will be using your phone a lot to take pictures or for using a navigation app, your battery might die quickly. Make sure to bring a power bank for your phone, camera and tablet. Power bank can only be carried in hand luggage on the airplane. Other items to bring. Water bottle. Consider bringing a reusable water bottle. The tap water in Korea is safe to drink, so you can easily refill your bottle at any tap. Medication. Bring any special medication you require. Important note regarding bring your own medicines into Korea. Please note that Korean customs can be very strict regarding the importation of some relatively common drugs. They can also be strict regarding medical equipment like syringes. What to wear during autumn in Korea? The days will start to get colder, so you will need to pack some warmer clothes. If visiting during this time of year, you will be rewarded with smaller crowds and gold and red fall leaves. The best months to visit are September and October, as the temperatures are enjoyable and milk. What to wear in Korea during Adhan? First, t-shirt, long sleeve tops like jacket, warm sweater, scarf and hat, jeans, boots or sneakers, and warm socks.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nurhafara binti Buhari. I am your tour guide for today. So, before we start our tour today, I will explain a little bit about do's and don'ts when we traveling in Korea. Okay, now I will explain what you should do when you are traveling in Korea. Number 1 is start the conversation with the word annyeonghaseyo. If you lost or confused, try starting your question or conversation with the word annyeonghaseyo. Usually, Koreans are more welcome with tourists who begin the conversation with this word than the word excuse me. Other than that, you also can say thanks with the word kamsahamnida or gomawo. Number 2 is accept things using your two hands. In South Korea, politeness is being practiced all the time and everywhere. If you are tourist and you come across a restaurant, convenience store or other places, don't forget to accept your change given by the seller or the cashier using your both hands. This shows good manners. The next one is take out your shoes before entering someone's house. This practice is very common among most Asian countries, right? In Korea, when you enter someone's house or even restaurant, in some cases, you will need to take off your shoes first. If you forget to take off your shoes, you might see Korean people stare at you disappointingly, as it is considered a bad manner. Last but not least, use your palm when calling a taxi. It might be surprising, but Koreans don't call taxis using one finger only. It is considered rude to them. Although it's just a small gesture, Korean people will appreciate it when you do this. Okay, so next, you must know how many restrictions you should not do so that you can enjoy your vacation without a sense of burden and stress. This prohibition is imposed because of the culture that has made it. The first one is don't be noisy in public transport. I personally think that being noisy in public transport is rude, right? Although in some countries it is not totally practiced, but in Korea they value personal space. So if you are too noisy to the point that you disturb other people, that's already considered rude. So when you are in public transport, be considerate and always be mindful of other people. Number 2 is don't write someone's name in red ink. This is a big no. Why? Not only because it is considered rude or something, but Koreans also find it offensive and unlucky when you write someone's name in red ink. The history of this phenomenon is still unclear, so just to respect their culture and tradition, don't and never do this when you are traveling in Korea. Okay, the last one is don't take picture of someone without their permission. This is illegal. Yes, really illegal. Not only in Korea's culture, but it is under South Korean law. Especially if you take a picture of a woman without her consent. Taking general photo or selfie is fine, but beyond that, it rudes and you might face the consequences.
My name is Fariza and I will explain about the important documentation that must be prepared before the trip to Korea. And first, I will tell you about why documentation is important when you are travel, because of they will allow you to go into the foreign country, and more importantly, this you can get into your home country. And the important thing or document you must bring with you when you are traveling is ticket, passport, travel insurance, visa or an approved Korea electronic travel authorization, which is a KOETA, and last is COVID-19 travel document, which is a report or vaccination certificate, because we must provide a proof of a negative COVID-19 test PCR result within 72 hours.
For reminders to the group member, firstly, know your staff. Secondly, create a personal story. Thirdly, don't be late to gather. Fourthly, detail to a briefing. Next, don't split up which group. Next, follow the time we set. Next, make your friend guests feel welcome. Finally, follow the rules and guidelines. Thank you.
So, what we should do when we already finally gathered in the airport, we must check our mask and then our hand sanitizer to sanitize our hand and our vaccination certificate. So, we must prepare to take at least 4 COVID-19 polymerase chain reaction PCR tests before flying out in Korea. And then the test must be undertaken at a clinic or registered provider and not self-administered. So within 72 hours of departure, you must take a COVID-19 polymerase chain reaction PCR test and get a physical copy of a negative results. So you must also apply for the visa free entry via the Korea Electronic Travel authorization at least 24 hours before you fly. And then it will cost you around 10,000 won. And they also need to buy the travel insurance and the minimum coverage of 30 million won for COVID-19 related medical expenses. So they also need to carry a hard copy of insurance policy, and you also must prepare the electronic vaccination certificate with a QR code. And not to forget, you must also book the PCR test to be done when you land at Incheon Airport later, and carry a copy of the confirmed booking. And the test will cost you around 174,000 won on weekdays and 180,000 won on weekends. And you should also activate the auto roaming for your cell phone so you can make calls if it is necessary. Thank you.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far?
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurin Irfan and I'm going to explain about the itinerary in Korea for day 1. So in day 1, we were going to visit Seoul, Gwangju and Daejeon. So first of all, we're going to be picked up from the hotel in Seoul by our driver and transferred to Lotte Seoul Hotel for group departure. And then the guide will greet you in the Grand Piano lobby with a Discover Korea sign. And then we will leave to Gwangju, and on that day also we'll be visiting Gongsangbong Fortress, Tomb of Moryang King and Magoksa Temple. And then in there you will be experience of the tea ceremony and all. And later on, we're going to have our lunch, that is chili take, mushroom stew with side dishes. And then we're going to leave to Daejeon. And then after that, we're going to have our dinner, that is smoked duck set meal. And last but not least, we'll be checking our hotel and overnight in Daejeon. Thank you.
Okay, now I will tell you guys what will we do day 2 in Korea. We live for Gwangju, a hub of Korean traditional and tradition. This important tourist center famous for Korean food, historic building, sport activities and innovative festival. In May 2012, Gwangju was chosen as a creative cities for gastronomy as part of UNESCO Creative Cities Network. This honor recognizes the city traditional home cooking handed down through generation over thousands of years, with active public and private food research, a system of nurturing talented chef, and insulting of distinctive local food festival. After that, we visit the Jeju Hanu village, which is the Korean traditional house. And then we visit Tapsa Temple and Mt. Maison. And last is we live for Jeju. The city was established in 47 BC and has been a major political and economic center of Korea ever since. It was one of the administrative centers of Baekje during the Three Kingdoms period.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Fatin Maisara binti Zainuddin. Today, I will be your tour guide for day 3. Day 3, we will go to Gwangju, Woseong, Sancheon and Yusu. First, breakfast in the hotel, and then leave for Woseong. Woseong is famous for its green tea leaves, Boseong green tea is a special product produced in Boseong district and well known for great quality. Next, we will go to stroll down green tea plantation. Visit Naga Nepsong Fall Village. You can observe the daily dwellings indigenous to the South Provincial areas such as the kitchen area, the clay rooms and Korean style verandas. There are also 9 houses designated as important cultural resources and numerous straw houses as well. Next trip, we will enjoy Sashman Bay Ecological Park with reeds marshes. It is the biggest colony of reeds in Korea. The image of the entire field swaying in the wind is as dazzling as waves on the sea. Lunch, eat tet galbi, set meal or dry corvina, set meal. Lastly, visit Yongsan Observatory and Eco Museum in Session transfer to Yuso. Yuso is one of the country's most picturesque port cities, especially at night. Famous for its seafood, beaches, flowers and marinas, it is developing as an international ocean resort and tourist destination, as well as being selected as a hot city for the 2012 World Expo in Yuso Harbour. And the night, dinner, pizza or spaghetti, and then hotel check-in.
For day 4 in Yeosu Jinsu Busan, firstly, view on Busan. Next is breakfast in the hotel. Next is take a cruise ship to enjoy a beautiful scenery around Ongdongdo Island in Yeosu. Next is transfer to Jeonju. The main attraction of the city are Junjung Castle, the Jeonju National Museum and the Namgan Prehistoric Site Museum. Next is lunch in bulgogi stew and bibimbap. Next, transfer to Busan, the largest port city in Korea, with over 3.6 million people. Busan is South Korea's second largest city. Busan is known for a beach, hot spring, nature reserve and events such as city-renowned International Film Festival held each fall. Next, visit Dongbaesyum Island. Next, enjoy shopping at the Centrum City Shopping Mall, which is the largest department store in the world. Next, dinner Korean style BBQ. Finally is hotel check-in.
Hello and hi, I am Siti Nafara and I will be your tour guide for the whole day in day 5. So, today we will visit ancient capital of Korea. First, we will go to the Ulsan. Before that, I will share some interesting things about Ulsan. Ulsan is a seaside metropolitan city in the southeast of Korea with a population of 1.2 million. The city is known for its whaling heritage and more recently as the industrial heart of the country. It is the gateway to the Yeongnam Alps, considered to be one of the most beautiful provincial parks in South Korea. When you arrive at Ulsan, you will visit Ulgi Park, which is a seaside park standing at East Coast, and after that, you can have some lunch at nearby restaurant. You also can visit Korea's first nominated UNESCO World Heritage Site. So, I hope you can enjoy your trip for today. If you have any question, you can ask me and I will try my best to answer your question. That's all from me. See you guys later. Thank you and have a good day. Bye. Okay guys, hello and hi. Before we go to the next places, I will remind you about do's and don'ts when you are in Korea. Okay, now I will remind you about what you should do when you are traveling in Korea. Number 1 is when you are see the Korean people, start the conversation with the word annyeonghaseyo. That means hello or hi. Number 2 is accept things using your 2 hands, and then take off your shoes before entering someone's house. Now, the thing that you should not do when you are traveling in Korea. Number 1 is don't write someone's names in a red ink. Number 2 is if you want to take a picture, please don't take picture of someone without their permission. Okay, now you will continue your trip. You will go to the Gyeongju. I will tell a short story about Gyeongju. The Shilla clan became the rulers of the southeastern part of the peninsula in 57 BCE. They chose Gyeongju as their capital. Gyeongju is home to South Korea's first nominated UNESCO World Heritage Site and numerous other national treasures. So, this is the last place that you go for today. After this, you can check in the hotel and have some dinner at the hotel. After that, you guys can rest well and prepare for the next day. I hope you guys happy for the 2-day trip, and yeah, see you guys again. Bye.
Okay, on day 6, we'll have breakfast in the Gwangju Hotel before departing for Andong. Andong bills itself as the capital city of Korean spiritual culture, and it has preserved aspects of Korea's traditional culture for the past 2,000 years. Around Andong city, there are over 280 cultural assets. We'll go to Haho village after we arrive in Andong, because it preserves Joseon period style architecture, folk traditions, valuable books, and the old tradition of clan-based villages. Haho village is an important part of Korean culture. After taking in the breathtaking views of Haho village, we will dine on the delectable lunch of braised chicken with vegetables and roasted fish, as well as delectable beverages. Following that, we will travel from Haho village to Wonju, the most populous city in Gangwon province, South Korea. During the Korean War, Wonju was the site of 3 pivotal battles. We will visit Hanji theme park in Wonju and learn how to make hanji, a traditional Korean paper. The Hanji theme park is a place where you can learn about the origins and history of Wonju hanji, as well as see an exhibition and try hanji for yourself. You can make your own hanji and various art pieces during hanji at Wonju Hanji theme park. Following a visit to Hanji theme park, we'll fly to Pyeongchang, which is in the Taebaek Mountains. Pyeongchang was named the host city for the 2018 Winter Olympics and Winter Paralympics on July 6, 2011. We'll have dinner in Pyeongchang, which has a wide variety of delicious foods such as tofu, noodles, and meat, among others. After that, we'll check into the hotel. Okay, on day 7, we will eat breakfast before departing for Gangryong. Gangryong is unique in that it has access to both a lake and the sea. Many tourist attractions can be found in Gangryong, including Gyeongdongjin, a popular spot for watching the sunrise, and Gyeongpo Beach. We'll go to the Jumunjin Fish Market in Gangryong, which is the largest seafood market on the East Coast with a dried seafood market and a sashimi center. The market is popular with both Koreans and visitors from other countries. We will transfer to Yangyang after visiting Jumunjin Fish Market for a short hike at Jujeong Goal of Mountain Seoraksan. Seoraksan is South Korea's 3rd largest mountain after the Halasan volcano on Jeju Island and Jirisan in the south. It's a 1-hour relatively flat course with numerous wooden decks that make it more accessible to visitors. The Ozaic mineral spring, which has a unique flavor due to its natural carbonation and iron content, is located near the trailhead. Before we return to Seoul at around 1800, which is 6 o'clock, we'll have hot stone pot rice with vegetables and good beverages for lunch, and then it's an end of the service.